again, this is Heero Uzuki with more Dark Souls 3, the game in which we managed to wrap up our mandatory time in the Cathedral of the Deep, lucky for us, once we, murderized the boss, or I guess bosses in this case, considering it was made up of an entire congregation. That being said, while our mandatory time is done, we still need to go back. Why? Because Patches is there. That rat bastard is still there, and he needs to get what he's got coming to him. That, or he needs to give me a really good reason why I shouldn't just carve him up here and now. He knows what he did wrong, he knows what he's got coming to him, and he better hope that I don't find a way to get to him. With that being said, let us continue about our way, collecting items, murderizing those that deserve it, Patches, and not adding any further to our body count, damn it! I believe I mentioned something about not saying that anymore. It's fine. I think. I promise you, once I've exhausted all of my options or I have found a way to reach that bastard, we will go about our way. We will continue with, I guess, the plot? I don't know, the plot always takes a back seat with Souls games. This way. Yeah, this is the only thing I can think of as to how we can reach Patches. Because I've got nothing else. What's up, dude? Huh. Well, up we go then. Wish I had taken the time to look for this shit sooner. Hi. I'm sure he's fine, give him a salt tablet. Deep ring. What does that do for me? Allows attunement of additional spells. Okay, well, if I ever make a miracle or spell-based class, then that would be fine. But, yeah, no, I'm not built for spell casting. Okay, well, I was kind of expecting him to turn around so I could, start pelting him with arrows from here. That doesn't seem to be the case. Ouch. Excuse you? What a dick. Away with you. There. You deserve that. Anything? No? Fuck you. Damn. Hello? Whoever went and killed themselves, you know, thanks for that. It's less effort I have to put in. Stop it. Get down from there. I wouldn't have noticed him if he had not made those noises. But I've already got one. Ah, well, I can just sell this off. Nothing. Pale tongue. Right, because there's some covenant here that advocates for that. This looks like a very unpleasant place to fall. Why the fuck are there so many of you? Endure and prosper? Run! Doesn't he look so much more friendly with the arrow in his head? I think he does. But then again, that is my personal opinion. One more arrow and he should be cooperative. Should be. There we go. Hello? Blessed gem. And he has nothing on him. Boo. Just give him an arrow and then run our asses off. Yes, I know this is taking a bit of time, but, you know, who in their right mind opts for a quote-unquote fair fight against these big bastards? That invites all kinds of trouble. That and you know their buddies are just gonna jump in. Honor and fair fights are for losers. People who have a death wish. Good. So I guess we're dropping down there? Oh, so he wields a crossbow. Sorry, dude, but your crossbow sucks. Thanks for playing. And thanks for the shard. And here's the thing, do I have to drop down there, or is there a less difficult means of getting down? A less painful means of getting down. One that doesn't require that I shatter my ankles. Or shove my pelvis up through my ribcage. Because right now I am not seeing anything. Nope, I guess we gotta drop down. What joy. Ouch! Ow! Hello, Patches.
Huh? Yes, hello. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Oh, I think we have.
I'm Patches. Unbreakable Patches.
I'm willing to challenge that
You
name.
seem to be unkindled. Do you have business with me? Oh, yes, of course. It's coming back to me now.
Is it now?
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was my hand, as you know. But the deed, well, that was the armor's doing.
Was it now?
Regrettable.
Your armor makes your hand twitch like
I'm
that.
stripped clean of that unruly attire. And look at you. Not a scratch.
No, but
All's
I
well that
shattered
ends
my
well.
ankles.
Right? Yes, we'll be fine. I can tell. It's that rotten curse. It is. The untidy mess.
Can you believe this motherfucker? You better prostrate yourself.
Oh, yes. Now, it wasn't me. But you still deserve an apology.
It was you.
Just a little trinket. Go ahead. It's yours now.
Rusted coin.
You should know, I'm a kind of travelling merchant.
Are you now?
If you're as unkindled as you look, you'll find plenty of good stuff.
Depends on what you got. Rope black fire bomb. Thrown behind. Explodes inflicting high fire damage. Do I even want to know the onion that you pried this armor off of? I got this motherfucker where he stands, but he does tend to get a hold of some good stuff. Also, I'm willing to take 20 of these off his hands. Alright, Patches.
Thanks, good
You
cop.
live. For now. Don't fuck me again, Patches. these bastards coming from? Here, a bit of fire on fix it. See? Fixed. Undead Hunter Charm. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Someone really wanted in here. Open sesame? And who are you? Right, that guy I had to murderize. Down there. Because he was a phantom. Mother of Rebirth. Okay, I think I'll leave. We found Patches, and in a way, I guess we dealt with him. He gets to live, for now, but if his shop is not up to snuff, well, just because he's had a long life doesn't mean it can't come to a short end. Right? You, yes, hello.
Oh, and we meet again.
Yes.
We spoke before on the road of sacrifices. Henry of Astora.
Yeah, thanks for the help.
I'm well pleased to see you safe.
And I'm well pleased that you helped.
We reached the cathedral of the deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty.
Shame.
The man-eater must have left for his true home. The little doll in the empty coffin told me.
Really?
Aldrich is said to hail from Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient...
That name sounds
city.
familiar.
A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination.
It must be nice to have a clear destination in mind. To me, I'm just wandering, I guess. Still just grunting.
Aldrich's honest home is Irithyll in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city. A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination.
So, Poisonville.
All that unkindled, and a seeker of
I wasn't aware
knowledge.
this guy could talk.
I am Ludleth of Corland.
Really?
Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago, becoming the Lord of Cinder.
And yet you're still alive.
If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my charred corpse. This sad cadaver. No need to be coy. Have a closer look.
I think I'd rather just stay where I am right now. You have transposing kiln.
Oh, belike it is a transposing kiln in thy possession. Seen better days, but methinks it shall suffice.
Will it?
Bring to me a twisted soul. Transposition is the art of extracting and coalescing the essence of a soul.
So what you're saying is that you'll take the souls I find and turn them into stuff?
Power transferred to thee. Thy purpose is to seek lords and slay them. What's to fear in a little transposition now?
Neat. Pontiff's left eye recovers HP with successive attacks. Woo! Pontiff Sullivan bestowed upon his knights. Knights appear into the black orb are lured into battles of death, transformed into frenzied beasts. No wonder the Pontiff only provides these for each of those dispatched to foreign lands. Demon's Fist. I'm not really seeing anything that would help. I mean, I'd like a bow. I mean, it's nothing against the longbow I'm carrying right now, because it's been doing some great work, but eventually we're gonna have to replace that. Crystal Sage's Rapier. Thrusting sword with tiny crystals scattered across its blade, used by the Crystal Sages for self-defense. Crystals boost the magic damage inflicted by the sword, and the item discovery of its wield. Ooh! Fruits of the lifetime of research conducted by the sages. You had me at item discovery. Does it actually boost item discovery? Hollow Slayer's Greatsword. Used for a lifetime by a masked knight. Harbors the fears that lurk within the minds of hollows, and is particularly effective against them. I imagine that any weapon would be effective against hollows. I would know. I've slain enough of them since Dark Souls 1. Cleric's Candlestick. Evil beware, I have a candlestick. Or I could. It's both sword and catalyst. Used for worship by the deacons of the deep. Deep Soul. Fire darkened soul sediment. Cascade small crystal soul masses from sky. That sounds nice and all, but again, not spec'd for magic casting. Spears and wreathed in rotten, heavily poisonous meat. Ugh. Defeating foes restores HP. Focus thrust to puncture enemy shields and inflict damage. Ooh. So it can heal, inflict poison, punch through shields, and kind of meshes with the build I've got going so far. I don't know what souls I'm using for what. Oh, there. Soul of Boreal Valley Form. Yeah, I think I'll take this ring over that hammer. Sorry, it's just that strength requirement. I am not meeting that right now, and I don't know if I will throughout this entire blind LP. We're kind of built like a ranger right now.
5 thrones will take 5 lords as kindling for the linking of the fire. The fast-fading flame must be licked to preserve this world.
Are you sure?
A reenactment of the first linking of the fire.
Why, though?
So it is. I became a lord of Cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a colossus.
Yeah, but the linking of the flame is just meant to prolong the age of gods in this world, and why on God's green earth would I sacrifice my life to preserve an age of folly?
Now, do not be away over long.
Got anything new to say, dude?
At the foot of Lothric Castle, an old path still runs below the tower in the undead settlement. It was used to transport sacrifices to the Cathedral of the Deep. You should see where it leads,
Should I?
if you've the stones for it.
Only if I'm getting good stuff for doing it. Take one of those back out. We'll just turn around and sell it. Dense patch of thorns grows from its surface. Fitting item for the murderous Kirk, for even the simple act of rolling can damage enemies when wearing this attire. Considering putting on the thorn armor. Armor of thorns.
Ashen?
Okay, bye, Granny. Jesus, there's so much to do. But we now have that poison bite ring, which should help immensely in making our way around, you know, Blighttown, but worse. Yeah, we should probably throw that on. 90 points added to poison resistance. I really do need a replacement bow. I must stress, it is nothing against this bow. It has done fantastic work for us up to this point. But you eventually do reach a point where a piece of equipment you have just isn't really doing it for you anymore. Nope. Better late than never, I guess. There's so many of these bastards. Well, one less now. Stuff over there, but do I really feel like fucking with that? And that. Maybe just a little, because I want to make sure that I'm safe traversing through here. did take a lot less effort than I was expecting. And it's probably because I'm basing it off the first time we fought one of those things. Truly, I am mighty. Well, now I am. Bolt that and I have a somewhat insatiable need for stuff. I know, I've got a hoarding problem. Please don't judge me too harshly. Nice. Yum. Over here, big guy. See stuff. I want stuff. Definitely use more of that. nameless knight, huh? What was his name? We've sort of been around here before. Kinda, sort of. We had to leave prematurely. I ran out of arrows. Undead Bone Shard, we can use that. Get a little more juice out of our go-go juice. Wolf's Blood Swordgrass. Proves a watchdog that Farron has met their duty. Signifying duty filled by the watchdogs of Farron, who stand beside the old wolf to ensure the serenity of those at rest. Depicts a swordgrass leaf stained with dried blood. Okay. Yum! Estus soup. Sunlight Talisman. Gonna go out on a limb and say that it is related to the use of miracles. Yup. How unfortunate. I am simply not faithful enough. But what exactly do you expect from a mercenary? The only thing a merc has faith in is money. In cash, we trust. Okay, so what is up here that is away from Blighttown but worse? Well, first off, bonfire? Old Wolf of Farron. Legion etiquette. Stuff. That's not a bad view. Not at all. And suddenly I'm thinking of the hub area of Dark Souls 2. What the fuck? Want to mess with that? A not insignificant part of me says no. Ouch. Please stop with these drops. I'm tired of shattering my ankles. No, we're at the other side of the undead settlement. And we had to reach this point eventually. Oh, that's bullshit. My shield doesn't do that. Doesn't provide 270 degrees of protection like that. Oh, come on! thing's not gonna get back up and try and murderize me, is it? I ask for safety's sake. Heavy gem. There, you can go back to your contemplation. More stuff. There's this stuff over here that I think we want. Titanite shard. Awesome. Dragon Crest Shield. It's a little on the nose, given our current location. Enchanted blue shields. Greatly reduces fire damage. Better than what we're carrying right now. In just about every category. So yeah, we're swapping shields. Nice. Lightning Spear. It's a shame I'm not kitted out for High Faith. Ah well, at least I know where it is now. Made it back around, and without having to shatter my ankles. Isn't that nice? about to ask if you could move back into range. Cooperate a little more. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's the stray demon now. Nice. Ember. Great axe. Probably never gonna use that, but okay. And another ember. Because apparently we don't have enough of that. Well, I do think we're about done here. And this has gone a little longer than I had intended for it to, but we did make some progress, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. So, why don't we go ahead and stop here? Well, the stopping is good. We'll go back to the Firelink Shrine, though, because we want to go ahead and burn that undead bone shard. Get a little more go-go juice. Or a little more juice out of the go-go juice. Yeah. Chilled but not frozen water. So, ice water?
Welcome, speak. Very well, then take note. May the flame.
Ashen, bring me with ash, I'll fashion new wares. Is it not our sorry fate to sup on death?
That depends on who you ask. I think.
Ashen one.
Sorry, Granny, but I need souls too. Yes, I do. Burn the bone shard. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and stop. Now that the stopping is much better than it could have been. So, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, then consider hitting the like button, the subscribe button right down there, leaving a comment, and hitting that bell to stay updated with more videos from me. With that, this is Heero Uzuki signing off. It was only a matter of time before we had to make our way back through Blighttown, but worse, but with any luck, it'll definitely be better than our first trip here, our first time here. Fingers crossed, right? Alright.